Okay folks, this is a first for me. First of all, making a video like this, but secondly, deciding it would be a really good idea to sit in the floor. If you all knew how long it's been since, see, I can't even talk. I can't even talk. It's been so long since I've sat on the floor, I forgot what it looked like. Needs cleaning, but in any case, here I am, and the reason I'm making this video is because one of you, and I won't say which one, asked me, since I like to tell stories online and all this, they said, why don't you make a video of telling one of your stories? And I thought, well, how novel, you know, and you know me, any way to spread the sickness. Anyway, that's the concept behind this video. And so I've been racking my brain trying to think of a story that would be apropos to this video. And Ellen, you and William and Linda with the bee story, what was it, wasps and hornets, right? Hornets and bees, wasn't William Bees, yeah. Anyway, when I saw that, I thought, oh, this is my moment to tell this particular story. And it took place in 1975 or 76. I was still living on our hill in southern Ohio, and we had this big yard. We had 25 acres of property, still do, but we had this huge yard, and it was all hills and grass and trees and all this, and it took like a week to mow the darn thing. So I went out one Saturday morning, started up the lawnmower, and started cutting the grass, which was a little too high, little too high. And when I got around our huge oak tree in our yard, no, it's not an oak tree, it's an elm tree. The roots came out so far into the yard that the grass all kind of grew up really high between them. So I had to take the mower and do this and do this. And lo and behold, I got out there and I did my first this. And I hit a nest of spiders, wood spiders. And they came running in every direction. Now, a wood spider, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to interject a picture of the exact wood spider I'm talking about. Here comes the picture. Now, you get the picture. There was a lot of these little dudes just, and of course I'm screaming, throwing a mower in the air and hauling ass back to the house. And I was just like, blah, 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 blah. I knew they were wood spiders, but at that age I wasn't sure not if they were poisonous or not. So I was a little bit, whoa. So anyway, I told Dad, and he said, wood spiders, they're okay, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. Well, that very night, Dad had gone off to bed, and I was going to stay up and watch the Late Late Show, some scary movie. And so I went to bed and I turned my TV set on, and I had my big bowl of chips here and my big Diet Coke sitting here. I was ready. All I was wearing was underpants. And since it was summer and we didn't have central air conditioning, I was laying on top of the covers with my chips and with my Coke right here and my underpants. The TV's over here. So I'm watching this movie, and the movie was called The Frogs. It was a horrible, horrible movie made around 1971, where this family of aristocrats have this beautiful southern pillared mansion in the middle of the swamp somewhere in Louisiana or something. I mean, there's swamp all around it. And anyway, these people of the house were not good stewards to the land around them. So the frogs in the swamp decided that they were going to turn all the other animals in the swamp against these folks and get rid of them. That's the concept of the movie. Well, I'm laying there watching this movie intently, and there's a woman that goes out into the swamp in heels and gets attacked by alligators. You know, they drag her off into the swamp, and that's the last you see of her. Then there's another character that goes out, and the snakes come out, and every time that the animal is ready to attack, you hear the frogs going, that's it. That's when the person, when they're walking through the swamp alone by themselves, that's the first hint of little danger, is when they hear, and then when it gets a little louder, you can see the fear starting to settle in their face. And by the time it gets to, you're dead. Because that's when these animals that the frogs were directing would all come and attack these people. So I'm watching this, and here's this guy, he's walking out through the forest, and I thought, okay, what's going to get him next? And he's walking through the swamp at night, and the frogs are, he's like, whoa, what's that? And then the frog's like, and he's like, oh man, I'm in trouble. And then when the frogs got to, up in the trees, in these huge webs, were these spiders that just started falling down up on him. And I'm laying there eating chips like crazy and swilling Coke, seeing what was going to happen next, seeing mostly how the spiders were going to do him in. So I'm laying there, and just as it got to where, you knew he was dead meat, out of nowhere, came falling this wood spider. Right upon my chest. Now I will tell you, that was not a fun thing. I remember seeing just a glimpse of him and seeing that, because after that I was airborne. My ass came off that bed along with a bowl of chips, and I hit the little table where the Diet Coke was. So Coke had gone all over me, chips were going in the air, and I was on a dead run out of that bedroom. And I skidded on that linoleum floor until I came to a stop in the dining room and thought, what the fuck was that? And to make a long story short, I didn't sleep in that bedroom, I think, for 2 nights. I didn't see where that spider went, so there was no way that I was going to go back in there and piss him off again. So I waited till he probably got, tired of, dirty laundry and left. So, that's one of the stories. And see, it really wasn't worth typing. So that's why I told it to you. So, anyway, I love you. Now watch this. This isn't going to be fun. See, this is how a fat person gets up demurely. They don't roll like a whale. They actually come to one knee. Hello, hello, hello. And whenever one passes, then they use that knee to pull themselves up into an upright position. Phew.